Okay, so we got to talk about this book, and we were actually sent an advanced copy to read and review, and it's a horror book, to say the least. The book we're talking about is Doll Island. Source Point Press actually sent us a digital copy of the book, and both of us read it. This is brought to you by the writer Mira Mortal. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
And artist is D.N.S. That's the artist name as well. This book is actually coming out this holiday season. I believe it was slated for the 18th, but I think it's going to come out around Christmas or right after Christmas. This is a square-bound book. It's almost like a small trade, and the cover price is $6.99.
Nice.
That's all the details. We'll actually leave a link down below for you to check out the book on Source Point Press. But let's talk about this book.
Yeah.
And both of us read it. I read it first. I've actually talked with both the writer and the artist about this book. And then Bob read the book. What did you think about this horror book?
Well, I mean, it starts you off in a setting that's very familiar. If you grew up during the 80s and you read, you used to watch horror movies, and you got a group of teenagers that are basically going to go off and have a date. And they're, instead of going to a normal place, they're going to go to someplace creepy and have a picnic, right? Like we used to, I mean, I don't know about you, but I took my girlfriend to have a picnic in a cemetery once. It was pretty cool.
I was always alone.
Yeah, alone. But it gets you that setting. And I got to tell you that even when the kids are together, there's a tone to this, right? In the shadows, and you get the shadow of the Volkswagen Bug that they're in, and in their conversations. And so just from the very beginning, that shadowy tone kind of sets it up.
If you're a fan of 80s slasher films, that's what this comic is.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of those, let's just say, campy 80s slasher films, because a lot of them were.
Absolutely.
So this book grabbed me right away because it's set in the 80s.
Right.
They're using 80s lingo, like rad, which is just fantastic. And so I related to this book right away. And what it had that I really enjoyed, and we're not going to give too many spoilers because this book isn't out yet, but the tone of the book, just the dark, eerie tone. One of my biggest fears are baby dolls. And literally, they're going to this island, kind of how Bob was kind of explaining, and they go to this island, and this island is known for having like baby dolls nailed to the trees,
right.
Like dolls type thing. And those are creepy. Those are like from The Shining, the twins and stuff like that. How creepy those two girls were.
Yeah,
dolls are right up there, along with clowns and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right off the bat, the creep factor is in that book. Go ahead and give a little bit more detail.
I mean, when you gave it to me to read, you really didn't tell me much about it.
I didn't want to. I wanted you to find out for yourself.
And so, I wasn't sure, is this a horror book or is this a superhero book? What's going to go on? And there's a line where I guess one of the guys doesn't have an arm, or he's handicapped, or anyway he's hurt. That's right. Yeah. And basically the girlfriend says, you're already one arm short of being Superman. And I'm like,
oh man,
this is not going to be a hero comic. Something bad's going to happen, right? And he's not going to be able to save her. And sure enough, when they get to this island, everything kind of goes from there. It's very creepy when they get there, and rightly so. I mean, you see these dolls that half of them are
why would you go there?
Exactly. I mean, a cemetery is one thing, but you're on private land as far as I'm concerned. And in an area where escape is only the boat, right? And anyway, the tone was great.
Yes.
I mean, even when they didn't feel like they were in danger, and I knew as a reader,
they were in danger as soon as they got off the boat.
Exactly. I knew it was coming.
This book didn't waste any time.
No.
Literally, they're going over there, and like I said, we're not going to give away too many spoilers, but we got to talk about the story a little bit.
Sure.
They get over there, and all of a sudden, within a page, they're literally confronted with the villain of our story.
Right.
And this guy is out for blood.
For sure.
And the basic premise is, are they going to survive? Are they going to get off this island without this guy pretty much, basically what he does, he takes people and he nails them to the trees.
Right. And he carries a mini sledgehammer, which he bludgeons them with. And it's just pretty Pretty awesome stuff.
And what's this guy's name?
His name is Moses.
Moses.
Right. And, one of the things when you first see Moses, I used to watch a lot of horror movies back in the 80s. And there's a horror movie called Zombie. It was an old Italian horror movie. And one of the older zombies comes up out of the ground while these two characters are sitting there talking. And, just up out of the ground. Yeah. And Moses, that's when you kind of first see him. He comes up out of the flowers, out of the ground, Yeah. And it just took me back to that movie.
This book has the jump factor. That's why I noticed about this. Like, the scene is so jarring when he's first introduced. There's a jump factor involved.
Absolutely.
So, whoa, what just happened type thing. And I like that. Books don't tend to do that, but this one did.
Sure.
And then he's got some other creepy things going on with him. That's just, it has to be read. And it has to be experienced to know exactly what we're talking about. But there's little things in the book referencing 80s horror movies that I liked. And I'm not going to spoil them for it because I want you to read it and see if you notice it. If you end up getting this book, do me a favor. If you see those references, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you check out this book, come back to this video and leave a comment down below and let me know if you saw them. Because there's one right off the bat that's referencing a 80s horror icon
for sure
that I saw, and like I said, I talked to the artist and the writer, and they confirmed that that's what that was in there for. So I thought that was
nice,
really neat.
I love Easter eggs.
So this book has some great Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So basically, it's not going to go well for the 4 kids that go on this island.
No.
It's a horror comic book.
Yep.
It needs to be read to experience. It's an easy read.
It really is. One of the things I really appreciated about the book is how, not only did they use colors tonally, not only did, was it good storytelling, but they also used, vehicles like, there's one part where the 2 kids are inside of their hiding, and you can hear the crunching of the brush, and you can see the words boulder and then kind of trail off, and you can hear it inside of your head that the leaves are kind of like being crunched off in the distance now, and it's like, oh, he's gone, So they really do a great job of using the tools that they have inside of this medium to convey those type of feelings. I thought was really well done.
The art style on this book is creepy.
Yeah.
And the way he drew the trees. The trees like had veins on them type thing. And I was like, they were almost individual things all put together to make a tree type thing.
I almost expected the trees to swallow them up.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I got as well. Apparently, this is a real island.
Yes.
Or based on a real island type thing. So that's even adds to the creepiness factor as well.
Like I was saying, I mean, my wife was a missionary down in Mexico, and that's where this island's at. And when I was talking to her about this book, she's I know that place. I'm like, what? And I don't know what's creepier, the original story or this book, but I guess the guy that put those dolls up on that island did so to ward off the spirit of a little girl who drowned there years earlier. And so I thought that was creepy enough as it is, but it is an actual place that they use as the premise for the story, and I thought that was amazing.
I thought it was great. So bottom line on this book, I really enjoyed reading it. I loved it taking me back to the 80s slasher films. That's exactly what I got from this book.
For sure.
The artwork matched the book extremely well. It had that dark tone from start to finish. And the ending of the book leaves it open. Let's just say that. You think it might be over, but then I don't think it is. I think there's going to be a sequel because this is a one-shot, I believe.
Absolutely.
But I hope that they expand on this. So I think that they have a winner on their hands. Like I said, this is by Source Point Press, Doll Island.
Really,
you want to get scared a little bit during the holiday season? That's what this book is going to do.
For sure.
What's your final thoughts?
I'm on board for issue 2. I can't wait. I mean, thank you very much for the advance copy. But this is something that really was in my wheelhouse because of the 80s and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm really enjoying horror comics right now. I think there's a renaissance of that happening as well.
Yes.
And this right here really does a great job. Pick it up, folks.
Very much so. Source Point Press, you guys knocked it out of the park with Doll Island. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You know what to do. We'll see you next time.